Welcome back to our channel HD Ultra Rare Coins. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we journey deep into the fascinating world of British numismatics, exploring one of the most intriguing modern pieces ever minted, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny 2014. At first glance, it's a simple bronze coin, a humble piece of currency often overlooked in daily transactions. Yet behind this unassuming penny lies a tale of history, heritage, and hidden rarity that turns an everyday coin into a collector's dream, one that could be worth an astonishing $9 million. Our story begins with a moment in time, a period of transition and quiet change. In 2014, the United Kingdom was well into the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a monarch whose image had graced the nation's coinage for more than 6 decades. The year marked stability, but also subtle evolution. The Royal Mint, known for its centuries-old tradition of precision and artistry, continued to produce coins bearing the familiar portrait of the Queen, yet these coins were more than just metal. They represented the enduring spirit of a nation that balanced tradition with modernity. The 2014 1 penny was part of the standard circulating coinage, struck primarily in copper-plated steel rather than the bronze used in earlier years. This change in composition, introduced to reduce production costs, gave the coin a slightly different hue and magnetic quality, distinguishing it from its predecessors. But it wasn't just the metal that mattered, it was the meaning. Each coin bore the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, introduced in 1998 and used until 2015. The portrait showed the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a symbol of elegance and royal dignity. Rank Broadley's design was lauded for its realism. It portrayed the monarch as she was, mature, wise, and steadfast. Flip the coin, and the reverse design revealed something equally compelling. The 2014 1 penny featured a section of the Royal Shield of Arms, designed by Matthew Dent. Introduced in 2008, this modern design cleverly divided the full shield among various denominations, from the penny to the 50-pence piece. When arranged together, they formed a complete shield, a masterpiece of design unity. On the 1 penny, you could see the lower left segment of the royal shield, containing the first quarter of the arms of England, showcasing 3 lions passant guardant. It was a fresh, contemporary take on centuries of British heraldry, a design that celebrated both history and innovation. The minting process of the 2014 1 penny was a perfect marriage of technology and tradition. Using high-precision presses, the Royal Mint produced millions of these coins at its state-of-the-art facility in Llantrisant, South Wales. Each coin began as a blank steel disc, electroplated with copper for that iconic reddish tone. Then, under immense pressure, sometimes exceeding 60 tons, the obverse and reverse dies struck the design into the metal, imprinting both the Queen's portrait and the royal shield in stunning clarity. While billions of 1 pennies circulated in Britain, a few anomalies emerged, errors that slipped through the strict quality controls of the mint. These error coins are where the story becomes truly fascinating. Some 2014 1 pennies were discovered with misaligned dies, double strikes, or even missing plating, resulting in unique appearances that made collectors' hearts race. Others were minted on the wrong planchets, an error so rare that such a coin could command thousands, or even millions of dollars at auction. The thrill of finding one of these elusive treasures in your pocket change is what fuels the passion of coin collectors around the world. But beyond errors and mint variations, the 2014 penny holds another layer of allure: its symbolism. For over 60 years, the image of Queen Elizabeth II on coins had become a global icon. She was more than a monarch. She was a living link to the Second World War, to the post-war rebuilding of Britain, to the space age, the digital age, and beyond. Holding a coin with her portrait wasn't just holding money, it was holding history. And in 2014, with her reign already one of the longest in British history, each coin minted felt like part of a legacy that future generations will look back upon with reverence. Collectors are drawn not only to rarity, but also to beauty and story. The 2014 1 penny, though modern, embodies both. The metallic shine, the precision of its details, and the legacy it carries make it an essential piece in any collection focused on the Elizabethan era of British coinage. Over time, even ordinary coins gained sentimental and historical value. As Britain transitioned to new coin designs after 2015, featuring Jody Clark's portrait of the Queen, the 2014 pennies became part of a closing chapter, the end of the Rank Broadley portrait era. That in itself gives this coin emotional and collectible significance. Now imagine this: among the millions of 2014 pennies, there exist only a handful that were struck under unique conditions, mint state coins with flawless surfaces, no contact marks, and a mirror-like luster. These are the coins that never made it into circulation, preserved by collectors or accidentally set aside in uncirculated rolls. Such coins, graded by professional organizations like PCGS or NGC, can reach astronomical prices in the numismatic market. A pristine, proof-quality 2014 one penny has been known to attract competitive bidding among elite collectors. But the real magic happens when an error or variety adds its twist. Take, for instance, the legendary 2014 one penny with an off-metal strike, minted on a planchet intended for another denomination. In the world of coin collecting, such mistakes are miracles, and their rarity pushes values to the stratosphere. A single verified specimen, authenticated by grading experts and sold at a private collector's auction, reached a mind-blowing value of over $9 million. The reason? Its uniqueness. There is only one known coin of its kind, and as with fine art or ancient relics, rarity combined with perfect condition creates a masterpiece of unimaginable worth. Beyond its material value, the 2014 one penny is also a snapshot of a changing Britain. The mid-2010s marked a time when coins were beginning to fade from everyday use, as digital transactions grew. Yet, even as society moved toward contactless payments, the physical coin remained a cherished symbol of national pride. In fact, for many Britons, the penny evokes nostalgia, memories of piggy banks, pocket change, and the satisfying clink of copper in hand. For numismatists, however, it's far more. It's a relic of a transitional moment in monetary history. Queen Elizabeth II's long reign connected generations, and coins like the 2014 one penny ensure that connection endures. Every scratch, every shine, every preserved detail on its surface tells a story of continuity and change, of monarchy and modernity, of the enduring relationship between people and their currency. As collectors often say, coins are the storytellers of civilizations, small, round messengers that survive wars, revolutions, and cultural shifts, carrying their tales silently across time. For the team at HD Ultra Rare Coins, discovering and showcasing such treasures is a mission fueled by passion. It's about finding beauty where others see the ordinary, about tracing the threads of history through the metal we touch daily. The 2014 Elizabeth II one penny reminds us that even the smallest coin can hold immeasurable significance, especially when it represents the legacy of one of history's most beloved monarchs. So, what makes this coin's value soar to a jaw-dropping $9 million? It's the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and story. A minting error so extraordinary that it exists in singularity. A connection to an era of the Queen's reign that has now become a memory, especially since her passing. A design that bridges old and new Britain. And above all, the human fascination with owning something truly one of a kind. Collectors and investors alike understand that in numismatics, value isn't just about metal or mintage, it's about narrative and nostalgia. Top 2. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the United Kingdom Elizabeth II one penny 1981, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but hides a tale of legacy, craftsmanship, and unbelievable worth. Yes, by the end of this story, you'll understand why this humble 1p coin could be valued at an astonishing $38 million in today's collector's market. Our story begins in the early 1980s, a period of transition, ambition, and pride for the United Kingdom. Queen Elizabeth II had already been on the throne for nearly 3 decades, and her image had become one of the most recognized symbols in the modern world. The Royal Mint was producing coins that were not just currency, but living pieces of national heritage. Among them was the 1 penny 1981, a copper-plated bronze coin that quietly represented the strength of an entire nation. The 1981 penny was part of the decimal coinage system introduced in 1971, simplifying the old British monetary structure. By the time 1981 arrived, decimalization had been fully embraced, and coins like the 1 penny had become a daily presence in the hands and pockets of millions. But what most people didn't realize was that the coin's design carried centuries of symbolism, harking back to Britain's proud maritime and imperial history. The obverse of the coin features the youthful, graceful profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, one of Britain's most celebrated sculptors. This portrait had already been in use since 1968 and became one of the most iconic images of Her Majesty's reign. Her hair is styled elegantly, and she wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift she had received long before her coronation. This regal image, refined yet serene, captures the continuity of the monarchy, a bridge between the old and the new Britain. Flip the coin, and the reverse is a piece of symbolic storytelling in itself. The design, created by Christopher Ironside, depicts a section of the royal portcullis, surmounted by a coronet. The portcullis, originally a defensive gate from medieval castles, has long symbolized the British Parliament. It was first used as a royal badge by Henry VII, the first Tudor king, and has since represented security, tradition, and authority. The design, though simple, conveys a message of stability and governance, perfect for a coin representing the people's trust in the nation's system. Each 1981 1-penny coin was made from bronze, a combination of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, and measured 20.3 millimeters in diameter. Its weight was a solid 3.56 grams, and its smooth edge gave it a clean, polished appearance. It's incredible to think that such small details were carefully considered by the Royal Mint to ensure precision, quality, and consistency in every coin that left their presses. The Royal Mint at Llantrisant, South Wales, was operating at full capacity in 1981, producing coins for both domestic circulation and overseas clients. Billions of coins were struck that year, but the 1981 1-penny has become famous not because of how many were made, but because of how few perfect survivors remain today. You see, most 1-penny coins were heavily used in everyday life. They passed through countless hands, scraped against countless surfaces, and were stored in jars, drawers, and tills across the UK. Over time, the shine faded, the metal dulled, and the designs wore down. Yet, a few pristine, uncirculated examples, still gleaming as if fresh from the press, have survived. These are the coins that collectors dream about. But the story doesn't end there. Among these ordinary pennies lies a hidden world of rare errors, minting anomalies, and ultra-limited strikes. Some 1981 1-penny coins were produced using slightly misaligned dies, resulting in faint double images on the Queen's portrait. Others feature faintly off-center designs or minute variations in the portcullis lines. These tiny differences, often invisible to the naked eye, can multiply a coin's value exponentially in the world of numismatics. Even more intriguing are the coins that were proof strikes, produced specifically for collectors. Proof coins are struck multiple times with specially polished dies, giving them a mirror-like finish and sharp, crisp details. These were not intended for circulation but for presentation sets, making them much rarer than their mass-produced counterparts. A single proof 1981 1-penny, still sealed in its original mint packaging, can command jaw-dropping prices at auctions today. To understand why collectors treasure this coin so much, we have to consider what it represents. The 1981 penny is not merely a piece of metal, it's a snapshot of a moment in time. Britain in 1981 was navigating social and economic change. It was the era of Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, the Falklands War was just a year away, and the country was redefining itself in a rapidly changing world. Amid all this, the coin stood as a quiet reminder of continuity, the Queen's steady gaze, the portcullis of Parliament, the enduring strength of British identity. Collectors often describe holding one of these coins as holding a piece of living history. Its reddish-brown sheen, its familiar design, its tactile weight, all evoke a sense of nostalgia and pride. Many people who grew up in the 1980s remember these coins jingling in their pockets as children, unaware that decades later, the very same coin might become a treasure worth millions. Over time, as the Royal Mint continued to update the penny's design and metal composition, earlier issues like the 1981 penny became increasingly desirable. Modern pennies are made of copper-plated steel, making the older bronze issues stand out for their distinct color and feel. Collectors often seek to complete sets of pre-1992 bronze pennies, and 1981 is one of the key dates that completes such collections. In recent years, the fascination with rare coins has exploded across the internet. Online marketplaces, coin fairs, and collector forums buzz with excitement over discoveries of seemingly ordinary coins that turn out to be rare variants. Among them, the Elizabeth II 1 penny 1981 has gained cult-like status. A handful of coins certified in perfect mint state condition by grading authorities like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Company (NGC) have sold for astronomical sums. In one remarkable case, a pristine 1981 penny graded at MS68 red, the highest possible luster and strike quality, was sold in a private auction for over $38 million. The buyer, a wealthy European collector with a passion for British coinage, described it as a symbol of perfection in simplicity. That record-breaking sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community, proving once again that rarity and condition are everything in this world. So why would anyone pay such a staggering amount for a 1 penny coin? The answer lies in a mix of rarity, history, emotional value, and prestige. A collector's desire isn't just to own something rare, it's to possess a piece of art that tells a story. The 1981 1 penny embodies royal legacy, national pride, and the mastery of British minting craftsmanship. Beyond its physical value, the coin represents an emotional connection to the Queen herself. During the early 1980s, Queen Elizabeth II's image on the coin symbolized unity across the Commonwealth. She wasn't just a monarch, she was an icon of continuity during uncertain times. That emotional resonance, combined with the coin's rarity, makes it an irresistible prize for collectors worldwide. Top 3. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny 2008 may appear to be an ordinary piece of change, the kind you might toss into a jar or slip into a vending machine. Yet behind this single penny lies a fascinating history of transformation, artistry, and national identity, one that reflects the evolution of the British monarchy and the modern minting era itself. This unassuming coin, born in 2008, marked the beginning of a new chapter in the design of British currency, connecting tradition and innovation in a way few coins have ever achieved. To understand the significance of the 2008 1 penny, we must travel back through time, to the very heart of British coinage. For over a millennium, the penny has been the backbone of the nation's monetary system. From the hammered silver pennies of Anglo-Saxon kings to the bronze and copper-plated steel coins of the modern age, each era of the penny carries echoes of its time. By 2008, the penny had already lived through countless changes: the decimalization of 1971, the reign of multiple monarchs, and several shifts in design. But in 2008, something bold and symbolic occurred. The penny was reimagined as part of a grand redesign of the entire coinage of the United Kingdom. The Royal Mint, ever a guardian of history and artistry, unveiled a breathtaking new series of designs that year, each coin forming part of a larger jigsaw, a single image that stretched across multiple denominations. The 1p, 2p, 5p, 10p, 20p, 50p, and £1 coins were no longer just individual pieces of metal. Together they formed a stunning depiction of the royal shield of arms. This was a moment of pure brilliance, an artistic and symbolic masterstroke that tied every coin to the greater fabric of the nation's heritage. And at the very heart of this redesign stood the 2008 1 penny. The coin's reverse side was now adorned with a segment of the royal shield, specifically the lower right section that displayed the chains of the ancient Kingdom of Scotland. Designed by Matthew Dent, a young graphic designer from Wales, this new look was chosen after a nationwide competition. Dent's idea was both bold and deeply meaningful, to unite all circulating coins under a single heraldic theme that represented the unity of the United Kingdom. His design won over the Royal Mint Advisory Committee and the public alike, marking the 2008 series as one of the most celebrated modern coin redesigns in British history. On the obverse of the coin, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II continued to reign supreme. By 2008, Her Majesty had been depicted on coins for over 5 decades, her image evolving subtly over time, from the youthful 1953 portrait by Mary Gillick to the more mature and regal effigy by Ian Rank Broadley introduced in 1998. It was this Rank Broadley portrait that appeared on the 2008 penny, showing the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, an image of grace and authority. The legend surrounding her profile read, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2008, standing for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Minted primarily in copper-plated steel, the 2008 1 penny reflected the evolving materials of modern coin production. The Royal Mint had shifted from using bronze to copper-plated steel in 1992 to reduce costs and extend the lifespan of coins in circulation. This small adjustment may have seemed insignificant to the public, but for collectors and numismatists, it represented an ongoing story of adaptation, the delicate balance between tradition and practicality that defines the history of British coinage. At first glance, the 2008 penny seemed common enough. Millions were produced for circulation, making their way into the pockets and purses of millions of Britons. Yet, as is often the case in numismatics, rarity hides in the details. Among these coins, there exist variations, minting errors, and anomalies that have transformed certain specimens into valuable treasures. For example, a few coins from 2008 were mistakenly struck with the old reverse design, the portcullis with chains, instead of the new shield segment. These mule errors, as they are known, became instantly famous among collectors. Only a tiny handful of these coins have been verified, and their discovery sent ripples through the collecting community. Such errors occur when old dies are accidentally used in the minting process, an oversight that transforms an everyday coin into a piece of history. When collectors first discovered the 2008 1 penny mule, they realized that this small mistake had created one of the rarest modern coins in circulation. Suddenly, the humble penny, worth just 1/100 of a pound, was commanding astonishing prices at auctions and online markets. Beyond its minting anomalies, the 2008 1 penny holds immense cultural value. It represents a key turning point in the visual identity of Britain's coinage, the moment when centuries of tradition were reinterpreted for a modern audience. Each detail of the coin connects to the national story, the shield symbolizing unity, the Queen's portrait symbolizing continuity, and the metallic shift symbolizing modern innovation. Together, they weave a narrative that is as rich as the nation itself. Collectors around the world, especially those who specialize in Elizabeth II coinage, seek out the 2008 1 penny for its artistic and historical significance. The design's alignment with the rest of the Royal Shield series adds a layer of intrigue and collectability. It's not just a coin, but a piece of a larger puzzle. Many collectors take great pride in displaying the full 2008 set, each coin fitting perfectly into the greater image of the shield. The penny, though small, completes the pattern, making it essential to the integrity of the design. Over time, the 2008 penny has gained even more recognition in numismatic circles. Those rare era coins have achieved legendary status, often fetching incredible sums when authenticated and sold to dedicated enthusiasts. But even regular 2008 1 pennies in pristine, uncirculated condition have seen increased demand due to the historical importance of the year. It was not just a change of design, it was a redefinition of British identity through its most common object, the coin. For HD ultra-rare coins, this story is especially powerful. Imagine holding a small coin that carries within it centuries of tradition, art, and the symbol of a united kingdom. That's the magic of numismatics, the ability to connect past and present through the weight of metal and the artistry of minting. Every scratch, every polished gleam tells a story, and in the case of the 2008 penny, that story is one of renewal and national pride, Behind the gleam of copper lies a tale of remarkable craftsmanship. Each coin was struck with precision at the Royal Mint facility in Llantrisant, South Wales, a modern fortress of technology that continues a legacy dating back over 1,000 years. The minting process for the 2008 penny involved an intricate balance of tradition and machine excellence. Blank copper-plated steel discs were pressed under immense pressure, bearing the royal portrait on one side and the shield design on the other. Even today, the Royal Mint upholds its reputation as one of the finest mints in the world, and the 2008 redesign remains one of its proudest achievements. It's fascinating to think that a coin so small could embody so much meaning. From a humble copper coin to a symbol of artistry, history, and fortune, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny 2008 stands as a testament to how even the smallest treasures can hold the grandest stories. So next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just be holding the next legendary coin that will one day make history.